and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. We are going to create our first outside the box card using elements from the March 2022 Beyond the Horizon kit. So what I've got is a basic white card base. I cut apart one of the envelopes so that I've got this nice chevron kind of crosshatch in a 5 1/4 by 4. And I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight, 2.5 by 4. So it's 2.5 by 4. And I've got one of the elements from the kit. I'm going to run this piece through with the kind of vines on the greenery embossing folders. And I'm going to use the Hello Greeting. I'm going to stamp it on basic white and cut it out with one of the Beautiful Shapes dies. So I haven't built one of these, so let's just see how it all goes together. So I will use my Misty Moonlight ink spot. I'm just going to grab my scrap of paper just to make sure. Sometimes when you just get the fresh ink or fresh stamps that are photopolymer, doesn't matter if it's paper pumpkin or if it's regular ones, sometimes they can be a little bit blotchy. Some of the residual chemicals on the stamps can just make the ink not stick properly, and it goes a little bubbly. But this one looks to be okay. I'm just going to make sure I've got good ink coverage all over it, and then I'm going to stamp it down. Okay, that is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I need to cut this out. So I am just going to get my board set up here, and I will cut this out. I can layer it up in here so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to pop that in like that, sandwich it up, and run it through the machine. Okay, oh, it's wiggling just a little bit. There we go, that's perfect. Okay, let's run that through the machine. These dies are perfect for the mini Stampin' Cut. I just have my larger one out on the desk, so that's the one I tend to use the most. Okay, so there we've got our hello cut out. Isn't that just bold and beautiful? It's just gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to take out my shim plate number 2 so that I can put this through the embossing folder. I chose this one because it's kind of got a similar idea to the envelope that I cut out. Okay, so we'll run that through. Again, with the embossing folders, you always put the straight edge through first so that the rollers don't warp or twist or even break your folders. We'll just run that through like that. And again, this piece of Misty Moonlight was 2.5 by 4. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to just flat mount everything, I think, and then just dimensionalize the hello. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal to do that. You could do it with your dots if you wanted to. You just lay them out on the back. So I'm just going to pop this in. When I was first looking at doing this, I thought the card would look really good that way, and it would, but I really wanted to do something just a little bit different and make the mind work just a little bit differently. So I thought I would put this across instead of up and down. So this piece, I want the leaves. I don't know if you can see the embossing detail on there, but I want it to look like the leaves are going up. So I'm just going to place this little over to the left and a little up from the bottom, like that. And then I am going to use adhesive dots on the back of the leaves, but I'm going to get my piercing tool out to do that because it is easier with the piercing tool. I'm just going to put those down like that and like that, and then we'll do one down here as well. Okay, So now I need to peel these off. I'm just going to flick them with my piercing tool, and it should lift them right off like that. Where's my next one? Is here. So there we go. These are especially good if you don't have fingernails, like long fingernails, or if you have like acrylic nails and they're just that little bit thicker. A good piercing tool will come in so handy. I mean, and you can even pick them up. Like we have dollar stores here. You can pick them up at the dollar stores. So I'm just going to pop this down like this. Give it a squish so it all adheres. Then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the hello. And I'm not peeling the backs off yet because I want to see where I'm going to place it down. Whether I want to place it up in the middle. I think I actually kind of like it down, maybe not all the way at the bottom, but maybe like that. I think that's where I like it. So if you don't take the backs off, you can still move it around all over the place. So we decided we were going to pop it down there like that. And I like these little multifaceted jewels. So I think I'm going to put a couple of small ones just on the hello, just to bring a little bit of bling to it, a little bit more attention to it. So there we go. There is our first outside the box card from the March 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Beyond the Horizon. I've used, the background is a 5 1/4 by 4 cut from one of the envelopes. This is one of the elements from the die cuts. I've used the stamp and I've used the bling from the kit. I also used the greenery embossing folder and the beautiful shapes die to cut that out. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.